welcome back to a new video, ladies and gentlemen. The English fan translations of My Hero Academia chapter 285 are now out, and yo, this chapter is absolutely one of Horikoshi's best ever written and drawn, and perfectly concludes one of the major character arcs we have seen starting from chapter 1. But before we get into this, I do just want to say a couple things. As always, guys, please be sure to support and read the official release of the My Hero Academia manga. It comes out every Sunday at around 5 p.m. UK time, around noon-ish, depending where you live in the United States. If you read it over on Manga Plus or Viz.com, this directly supports the author of the My Hero Academia manga, Kohei Horikoshi, and allows them to continue drawing and doing My Hero Academia for years to come. Now, My Hero Academia isn't in any way in danger, so it doesn't really that matter. But at the end of the day, guys, you want to support your author, you want to support the mangaka you love his work. So please, as always, at the very least, click chapter 285 when it does officially come out. Now, before we get into this, I do just want to also say one thing. With the release of My Hero Academia chapter 285 spoilers yesterday, My Hero Academia was literally trending across the entire United States with over 28,000 tweets, and number 10 for Bakugo, number 9 for hashtag MHA285, and number 23 for 12,800 tweets in that hour. Kachan was trending, and it's actually insane to see that a My Hero Academia manga chapter, spoilers, not even the official chapter, gets to trend this high. Anime has come a very long way, and in the years to go, I will not doubt if by chapter 500 this shit starts trending in the top 5 if Horikoshi can keep its pace, because manga anime are becoming more accessible, more people are getting into it, and how can you blame them? This chapter is absolutely fantastic. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, My Hero Academia chapter 285 review. Alright, without any further delays, this chapter starts off seconds where chapter 284 ended. The impact of Deku's smash. We actually get a flashback to the scene in the hospital after the major fight Deku had, where the doctor told him, I'd give you 2 or 3 more times, but if you keep getting injured like this, you may permanently lose the use of your arms. Deku, knowing exactly what he's doing, does not care, goes in with the adrenaline. Detroit smash! Going in with Wyoming smash! St. Louis smash! Also using his legs with Texas smash! Now, obviously realizing that in no way, shape, or form can he let Shigaraki on the floor, he has no choice but to continue using his arms. Now, this is really interesting because obviously the doctor told him you will never be able to use his arms again. And I remembered something after I posted my spoiler video is Eri has now somewhat grown up. She is more stable. So I guess the only way possible is 2 ways. Either Eri uses her powers and restores Deku's arms to a near state of perfect, or one of the users of One For All has a regeneration quirk. Now, we've gone through a lot of the quirks. We've got Float. All Might didn't have a quirk. Deku doesn't have a quirk, but he's got Float, Black Whip, and obviously the first user's stockage power. So the first user's ability to pass it on. So that's 1, 2, 3. Deku, All Might 5. So there's still 6, 7, 8. I think 3 quirks we haven't unlocked yet. So one of those maybe is a regeneration quirk. The fact that Shigaraki also has a regeneration quirk, I feel like would be pretty cool if one of the quirks is a regeneration quirk. I hope one of the quirks isn't a muscle form quirk, because a lot of people have been saying Deku's going to get a muscle form quirk, but we'll have to see what happens and what the other quirks are as Deku continues to unlock them, or hell, even next chapter. But with that being said, we actually see Shigaraki's point of view. Shigaraki realizing the damage is far exceeding the regeneration abilities he currently has. Obviously, Shigaraki is also far new with his new power, so he doesn't even know how to actually use it all correctly anyway. But Deku's attacks are far exceeding his regeneration, and Bakugo notes that they are both literally destroying each other, and it's a battle of attrition. Who can last the longest? But Bakugo even realizes that this can't go on because Deku just isn't on his level. Deku does, although they're both tiring each other out, and Deku's attacks are far exceeding Shigaraki's regeneration, at the end of the day, Shigaraki has regeneration. And the fact that Bakugo realizes this, and Deku doesn't have regeneration, so Deku is going to lose, is actually a really good character development for Bakugo. And honestly, I gotta admit, like, if I pause for a minute, I hated Bakugo for the longest time. And then, somewhere near the middle, he started to realize his own self-worth. And across the last 20, 50, 100 chapters, let's just say, Bakugo has become, honestly, one of my favorite characters. My favorite characters, for anyone wondering, started with Todoroki, Deku, and then Bakugo. But obviously now, I think Bakugo might be a better liked character than Deku for me. So my favorite characters so far are Todoroki, Bakugo, and then Deku. But honestly, Bakugo's character development is second to none, and I'm really starting to enjoy it. But anyway, back in the chapter, Bakugo realizing they need to do something, talks to Todoroki saying, speed up your speed up your cooling powers. We need Endeavor. Endeavor saying, we will have one last shot to do this. I will use everything that I have. Rocklock coming in saying, but your kids, and then suddenly realizing, no, what am I saying? I've already realized those kids are heroes. Rocklock getting the character development was honestly one of my favorite parts as well. Shoutouts to Rocklock, an absolute amazing hero we got introduced to in Season 2. I love him. Bakugo holding on to Endeavor and Todoroki using his ice, it looks like, blasts off to the sky. Bakugo's plan is to fire Endeavor straight into Shigaraki for Endeavor to use one of his strongest attacks at the height of range of Deku's Black Whip, so Deku isn't also affected by it. So while they fight go on and they're going into the sky, we actually get some Bakugo flashbacks. Bakugo talking with All Might. Honestly, we need more of this, and I'm really happy we're getting this. Bakugo talking with All Might saying, one for all is the same as all for one, and it's some sort of cursed power. You both have the ability to use multiple quirks. Bakugo coming to the realization, even if one for all is some sort of cursed power, he realizes that it doesn't matter if one for all is cursed. What matters is it's in the hands of someone who uses that power for good. And he remembers himself as child, when him and Deku used to look up to All Might saving this little girl. It looks like a little girl. I don't know. This could be a pretty old woman. But All Might is like 7 feet tall, so we don't really know what's going on here. One for all is Bakugo realizing that it's up to the person using it. When he used to idolize All Might, used to bully Deku. We got a flashback to their first ever fight in UA, where Deku says, I'm Deku, who always does his best. Bakugo looking actually pissed off that he's realizing how awful he was to Deku. But then back into the moment, now he throws Endeavor straight to Shigaraki. Endeavor hanging on to Shigaraki, telling Deku to get down. Shigaraki realizing you, but seconds before, Prominence burn. The entire area goes in an absolute blaze. We get these absolute beautifully drawn panels of Shigaraki literally burning alive. Now remember, this is Prominence burn. This is what took down that Nomu. This is a very, very, very strong attack. And then we get this panel with All For One saying, come, why don't you hand your body over to me, Tomura? It looks like All For One is trying to take over Shigaraki's body. I guess this was his plan from the entire beginning, but suddenly right after that, it looks like those quirk erasing whips, or it looks like those whips that threw All Might into the building. I'm not entirely too sure, but a lot of people are speculating this is the quirk erasing whips. Goes straight through Endeavor. 1, 2, 3, goes straight through his chest. Endeavor looks hella damaged, starts falling into the ground. We then see some unaudible text. I don't exactly know what that text is, but it looks like Shigaraki is just mumbling, and he says, little brother. So maybe All For One did take over in this second that Shigaraki just completely passed out from that Prominence bird. Fires the quirk erasing bullets to Deku. Now obviously you can't steal One For All, but this is in hopes to kill him. And then we get Bakugo. But at that moment, without thinking, my body simply moved on its own. pushes Deku aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, bang! 2 straight through his chest, 1 straight through his left collarbone, it looks like, so his heart looks pretty safe, and 1 straight through his legs, pushing Deku out of the way. Bakugo takes the hit. Now, if these are the quick erasing whips, Endeavor just lost his powers, and it looks like Bakugo also just lost his powers. Now, obviously, I don't think Bakugo's gonna die. But, if Bakugo were to die here, this would be one of the best character arcs I've ever seen. The way he started, the way he developed, the way he matured, to now a fine young man doing what a hero does best. Saving someone in need, and in this moment, Deku is the one in need. Pushes Deku aside and takes the hit. Now, in no way, shape, or form do I think Endeavor or Bakugo die this arc, but I think Bakugo and Endeavor might have lost their powers. The major death this arc, I think, is going to be Gran Torino. Now, what happens here? Obviously, if this is the quirk erasing bullets, the whips, Deku realizes that he needs to get Bakugo out to safety. I think Giganto Machina is going to come, because obviously Shigaraki is completely fucked up at this moment. I feel like Giganto Machina is going to come in, save Shigaraki, pull him out. Deku's going to pull Bakugo out, realizing they need to stop this fight here. But yo, Bakugo just took some serious damage. And the chapter title ends with the title of the chapter, My Hero Academia, chapter 285 end. Katsuki Bakugo Rising. Now, honestly, this is Bakugo's chapter. Bakugo straight up takes the spotlight in everything in this chapter. So I don't think Endeavor's going to die, but Endeavor looks seriously injured. He was already seriously injured, and now he's even more seriously injured. So it's looking pretty bad for Endeavor, but I think Todoroki's close by. So Todoroki's going to catch Endeavor. Deku's going to catch Bakugo. Giganto Machina is finally going to make his appearance, because we haven't seen him in like 3 chapters. And I feel like that's how this arc ends. What happens next? I don't know. Tune into My Hero Academia chapter 286 spoilers next week. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Sam, as always.